Let us see the next question. On 1st of January, a situation as under is prevailing. Spot value of a commodity is 50 rupees. So spot value of the commodity is rupees 50,000. Rate of interest is 20%. Time period is 1 year. 1 year forward price or the futures price of the commodity is 62,000. You are required to answer following question. Mr. Amitabh Bacchan believes that in above situation, an opportunity of arbitrage exists. So he enters into the transaction of borrow rupees and invest in commodity. Calculate the profit or loss that he is likely to make in this case. That is the question. Dear students, the term arbitrage stands for risk-free opportunity of making profit. That is what we understand is the arbitrage. Over here, the information is given that Mr. Amitabh Bachchan believes that say in this situation, an opportunity of arbitrage exists. And he is entering into the transaction for borrow rupees and invest in commodity. Everybody is requested to pay attention. On 1st of January, let us say that say he is borrowing rupees 50,000. That is the spot value of the commodity because he wants to buy the commodity. Or we can say that say he wants to take long position in the cash market. He will purchase commodity. Okay. Now the borrowing is at the rate of 20%. Importantly friends, what will happen at the end of the year, that is on 31st of December, he would be having say the commodity at the end of the year, and at the same time say he must be required to make the repayment of the loan at the end of the year. So what he will do, importantly, today F transaction will be entered upon to sell commodity at the rate of rupees 62,000. I repeat my explanation. As per the given information, he is borrowing 50,000 rupees at 20% for 1 year. He is purchasing the commodity today, and importantly we understand that at the end of the year he will have commodity on one hand and he would be having say the repayment of the loan on the other hand. So basically to convert the commodity into rupees, like in order to sell the commodity, a forward contract will be entered upon for the purpose of selling of the commodity at 62,000. At the end of the year, what will happen? Whatever the amount that say he has borrowed, for that say there will be a repayment of loan. What is the repayment of the loan? Repayment of the loan is rupees 60,000. So it is 50,000 into 1.20. Whatever the commodity that say he had purchased, he is holding commodity. And the forward contract has been entered upon. So we understand that say he is having a forward contract or the futures contract to sell commodity at the rate of rupees 62,000. So what will happen? That say on entering into this transactions on 1st of January, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan will have say these things at the end of the year. Now at the end of the year, what he will do, dear students, he will sell commodity at the rate of 62,000. He will make the repayment of loan. What is the repayment of the loan? 60,000. This amount is used. And with that say he will have an amount of 2,000 of the surplus. My question to all students is, I want you to write answer in the chat box. Suppose on 31st of December, spot value of commodity is rupees 61,500. At the end of the year, suppose ki spot value of the commodity is 61,500. What is profit or loss to Mr. AB? Please give answer in the chat box. Understand carefully, all of you. On 1st of January, you borrow 50,000 at the rate of 20% for 1 year. So it is sure that say you will have a repayment of the loan of 60,000. You have purchased commodity, so you are holding commodity at the end of the year. You have entered into the forward slash futures transaction to sell commodity at 62,000. So basically, at the end of the year, whatever may be the spot value, you are not concerned. Whatever the commodity that say you are holding, that is required to be sold at 62,000, and you will end up with the profit only of 2,000 rupees. And that is the reason this profit is given a name as arbitrage. The term arbitrage stands for risk-free profit, absolutely risk-free profit. Once you enter into this combination of the transactions, you are sure that so you will make a profit only and you will not end up with the loss. And that is for the reason it is given a name as arbitrage. So friends, over here, basically we understand that so the arbitrage is a theoretical concept that explains us that say this kind of situation cannot exist practically. Arbitrage is a theoretical concept that explains us that this kind of situation cannot exist practically. Because what will happen, understand carefully, that say if at all this kind of situation exists, then in that case, 1st of January and 31st of December, we understand that say everybody will buy commodity from spot market and will enter into the forward contract to sell commodity in order to make the sure profit. If at all everybody will buy, then in that case what will happen? Spot value of the commodity will go up. And if at all everybody will sell, then in that case the forward slash futures price of the security, that is the commodity, will fall down. These two prices will change in such a way so that an equilibrium position will be established. How it is established, that's we are going to understand later on. But for the time being, the purpose of learning this question is to understand that say arbitrage is a theoretical concept which explains us that say due to arbitrage an equilibrium situation arises due to demand and supply rule, due to the that is the transactions, a combination of the transactions in which everybody will enter into, the opportunity of the arbitrage will vanish from the market and the prices will be settled in such a way so that say arbitrage is not possible. In addition to that, listen carefully, in addition to that, why in this situation a trade, that is say somebody is entering into this combination of the transaction, that we are going to discuss slightly later on. We are going to add certain more things over here, but for the time being this is a very basic question wherein we are just restricting to the point that say the arbitrage is a theoretical concept that does not exist practically. In order to understand the pricing principle, we understand arbitrage as a concept. Always remember that say whenever we learn in any of the question arbitrage, then our intention is not to learn arbitrage. Our intention is to learn That's it, there is some mispricing going on. So the market participants will make sure that say this mispricing will not be there in the market for a longer period, and the market will come to an equilibrium point. Now one more clarification that I want to give, that say we understand that say the right now we are understanding that say the this kind of situation cannot exist. Then what will be the situation? There will be a situation wherein arbitrage is not possible. We will understand that, and say that is what say the kind of situation which will be ideally prevailing in the market, and for that say we will ignore the transaction cost. Right on answer, answer of the question. On 1st of January, Mr. AB will enter in following transactions. 1. Borrow rupees 50,000 at 20% for 1 year. Second, buy commodity from spot market. Third, enter into F contract to sell commodity at the rate of 62,000 after 1 year. On 31st of December, Mr. AB will have following position. First, repayment of loan rupees 60,000. 50,000 into 1.2. Second, holding commodity. Third, holding F contract to sell commodity at the rate rupees 62,000. With paragraph write down, irrespective of spot value of commodity at the end of year, comma, Mr. AB will make profit of following amount. In that write down, sale value of commodity 62,000 less repayment of loan 60,000 so that is arbitrage of 2,000. With paragraph write down, based on transactions entered on 1st of January, there is a certain gain, comma, so it is called arbitrage. Full stop. With paragraph write down, this situation does not last for a long period. Market participants will enter in such a combination of transactions so that arbitrage will vanish from market. Full stop. Further write down, learning point in arbitrage question is to understand mispricing. Full stop. So just having a small conclusion, we have been provided with ready-made a set of the transactions. If this ready-made set of the transactions are not given, then we are going to discuss that slightly later on. With that, say we end up with a risk-free profit of 2,000. We have understood that say whatever may be the price at the end of the year, you have a certain gain. That is the reason it is called arbitrage. Basically, the learning point over here is that say this kind of situation does not exist. Then what kind of situation will exist, that we are going to understand in the coming portion.